record time after time. He said, well, last time you spoke to the Lord. I said, I haven't spoke to the Lord in a while. And that was Wednesday. The next day, Thursday, that's when I called him, and we had a nice chit-chat. You know, we get into everything. One thing I can say about Lord, he'll get deep in the conversation. If you know him personally, he'll get deep in the conversation that make you forget about the last conversation you all just had. He know how to trick you in so many different things. One thing I'm going to cherish that he said in the conversation, because I'm proud to say that he looked up to me as his idol, as his mentor, and I feel proud about that. He said, Red, I feel that they should have a statue of you in the Bronx, New York. Those were his exact words. Well, I'm going to say right now to within the 7 cities, you should have a monument of Cool DJ Lord. Thank you.
That's the legendary Cool DJ Red Alert. Thank you, bro. And you said it best, man. Lord knew how to hang out with the fam, knew how to hang out in the boardroom, and always brought it home. It's a trifecta. Anyway, right now, we have some more remarks. This lady I'm getting ready to bring to the podium is a close and personal friend to the Buddha Brothers. You can hear her on our radio show. We used to do a whole segment called Pause for the Cause. Over the years, it's been turned into a feature on our morning show. She's like the mom at work, one that we respect. Y'all please show your love and welcome Dr. Patton. Dr. Patton. She still looks like she's about 22 years old, doesn't she?
To the Brown family, to the 103 Jams family, I have been a part of DJ Law for 18 years. We go all the way back, and some of you are old enough to remember, we were over in Portsmouth in a very shanty shack when we produced the Hip Tips. Then from there, we went to Pause for the Cause. And about 4 years ago, I shared with Law that I still wanted to inspire and do something positive for people every day. And he said, well, Doc, come up with a title. And sitting there and I said, what about Positively Positive with Dr. Patton? And the rest is history. I think of these young men as my sons, and today I penned the words that I want to share with you. God sends angels into our lives not just for a moment, but to dwell with us eternally. However, the recognition of such special spirits among men often comes when the angel has become invisible to man's human eyesight. DJ Law was an angel who dwelled among us, labored with us, loved each of us, and stayed focused using the gifts God had so equipped him with to always care about and do good unto others. His love, smile, laughter, and generosity of heart was bigger than any man I have ever met. His seriousness of purpose, extraordinary extraordinary character and willingness to give of his time to others was priceless. Law was a real man in an angelic spirit who continues to speak to us even at this moment. And I hear him saying, take time to pray. It helps to bring God nearer and washes the dust of earth from our eyes. Take time to laugh. It is the singing that helps life's load become easier. Take time to love. It is the one sacrament of life. Take time to dream. It hitches the soul to the stars. Take time to realize that all he was and all he has ever done, all he has given, he has left behind, for his pilgrimage among us has been concluded. Each of us must take the time to carry on his legacy. I say to my dear son on this autumn afternoon, fly on, my angelic son. Our hearts will ever be filled with your love, connected to your spirit, and we know in time, all of us who love the Lord will see and meet him again.
You see, that's why she's been a part of our family for so long. Talking about giving you the strength to do it, she gives me the strength every time. We talk on the phone about different things, and every time she just knows exactly what to say, and she knows what we're all going through, and I know she loved the Lord just like we do. Thank you, Dr. Patton. I need to see some smiles on some faces right now. Come on. Now. Lord wants y'all to smile, so smile for Lord. Please. I mean, because I'm feeling this energy right now, and I know he's here with us. I know he is. And I want to bring the next person that has a remark for us, Pastor Bill Wilson. Pastor Bill Wilson. Please. Take your time, take your time. Y'all give it up. This is family right now. Pastor Bill Wilson. Thank you. I went running around looking for you a bottle of water, and I see you found one now. I don't feel so bad.
Can we all stand together, please? Turn to your neighbor and say, we're here and we might as well enjoy it. Amen? I believe that's what our brother would have us to do. Amen? Enjoy each other for such a time as this. You may be seated. I first of all want to say good afternoon and thank you for being here. Your presence helps bring courage to the family. Many of you would love and like to have something to say, but please understand that just being here speaks for itself. And so sometimes you don't have to say anything. You just show up. And just you being here adds courage and it adds confidence to somebody else. Amen? Amen. We are here today to honor a very special person. honor, a good son, a good husband, a good brother, a nephew, a dear friend, and a public servant. Some knew him as Little Lawrence. I did. Some knew him as Monroe. Some knew him as Cool DJ Law. I knew him as Little Cuz, because his daddy is my first cousin. And not only that, he looks more like me than his dad. And I'm not trying to start anything. I was in Vietnam, cuz. I want to leave 3 words, just 3 words, with you today. And those 3 words are: remember the dash. Remember the dash. A couple weeks ago, I had the opportunity to visit my father's gravesite. And on his grave marker, they acknowledged the fact that he was a United States Marine. They acknowledged the fact that he had been in World War II and how much time he spent in the Marine Corps. They also gave the date of his birth and the date of his death. But of all the things that I began to acknowledge, and what I saw that spoke volumes, listen, was the dash between the birth date and the death date. And you'll notice on every tombstone, in most cases, there is the day that the person was born, there is the day that they passed on, and then there's that dash.